Hey everybody, how's everybody doing this Thursday? I hope everybody's having a fabulous day. Thanks for tuning in. Well, since one of our girls, Chantal, is on the run for the border somewhere, who knows where she's at? I don't know. I'm sure she's going to be popping up very soon because her birthday is tomorrow, and we know how Chantal loves free gifts. So that being said, I thought I'd do another reaction to Amberlynn. Now, yesterday I was watching Jordy and he said something funny, which is true, which should be the title of this. I don't know. She's back into wearing the sunglasses on the head, and Jordy gave her the title of On the Go Amberlynn amongst the other names that she has. I think that's very appropriate. On the Go Amberlynn with the glasses on her head. So apparently this is I guess a question session. People wrote in questions, LOL, like anybody believes that. I think there's voice memos in this one and a bunch of BS. Anyways, let's get into it.
Welcome to a new video. So this series is called Let's Talk. I have done this before years ago. It's definitely just a series where I can communicate and correspond with you guys. So unfortunately, my channel has thrived, but also died on a lot of different speculation, and I want to change that. I want to use my voice in situations where I normally wouldn't, and I want to continue using my voice in situations where—
Why not use your voice for good? I don't know. With that many followers on this platform, you would think that you would, try to use that for good, not evil.
have. This is just a place for you guys to get to know me more, maybe in areas that you never would have, a place for me to be accountable, to clarify and deny, and just an overall correspondence between you and me every single week. So the reason I want to do this is because there's always questions.
Oh, by the way, I have this sped up because this thing is like, I guess 20 something minutes, and it's much easier going faster.
Rumors, speculation, just things that people are, for lack of a better word, obsessively asking me about. And it kind of goes in cycles where it's like there's like 5 huge things that people are talking about ad nauseum. And I think this is a good opportunity. Maybe I can answer those 5 things or whatever it may be. But regardless, I feel like my channel is very parasocial, let's be real. And there's always some sort of speculation.
For who?
Or always some sort of talk.
For who, Amberlynn? Who is it parasocial for? You?
That people are like, Amberlynn, why won't you talk about this? So this is going to give me the opportunity to do so if you guys bring it up, of course. So I have structured the series into a special format, and I'm really, really excited. So the first section is always going to start with sweet and sour.
I guarantee she's probably copying another vlogger. There has to be some other channel out here probably doing the same exact thing, because Amberlynn is famous for copying other channels.
Sweet and sour is just going to be a random comment generator from the Let's Talk prior. So obviously, since this is episode 1, we're having to skip that part. But I came up with sweet and sour because you never know what kind of comment is going to pop up. Can it be a sweet comment? Or can it be a sour comment? Using a random comment generator is going to give me a wide variety of comments instead of just like going based off of like the top ones where I pick and choose, etc., etc.
Of course.
So this next section I'm calling Sippin' Community. I know, I'm very clever. Thank you. So this is where I read from the community tab that I will be posting every single Monday. So it gets time for the questions and anything that you guys need me to speak about for them all to just fall under that community tab. And then after Sippin' Community, we're going to be doing the Linterview. Yes, I know, more cleverness from your girl. So the Linterview is where you guys are actually—
Why don't we have a portion of that called White Claw Lynn? That would be awesome.
Interviewing me with your voice, yes. So I told everyone over on my Instagram, send me a microphone emoji so I can accept your request. And that gives you the opportunity to send me a voice memo asking any question you want. So I have not listened to any of them. It is going to literally be live, real reaction.
I don't believe
that. So if you guys want to go to—
Who believes that? I do not believe that at all. She listened to those beforehand. Amberlynn doesn't strike me as the type of individual that can answer things right away. She doesn't have a quick wit about her that way. She has to kind of plan things out.
Instagram for next week, literally go to my Instagram at hectic.ambi, send me a microphone, I'm going to send you a smiley face emoji back, and then you can send me a voice memo because Instagram has it to where you can only send me a voice memo if I accept your first message request. So anyways, after the Linterview, the next section is called Tea or Tail. So what this is going to be is I am going to clarify rumors that I have heard through the grapevine, and I'm going to tell you, yeah, that's real, or no, that's actually not true. And then the last section is going to be bad choices. And I just remembered I forgot to actually bring the cards over here, so I need to go get those. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So bad choices is just a bunch of really hexagonal questions. So I'm going to be choosing 5 of those and answering them. So I know this introduction was super long. We will not be doing that in the future videos. I just kind of wanted to talk about what the series is about. So let's get into it. Okay, sadly, we are skipping over sweet and sour because I can't do it. And we're going to go straight to Sippin' Community.
Wait a minute. Why? Excuse me, what? So she's not even doing what she said she was going to do. So she's failing already. Lord.
Consider that your refusal to do inpatient treatment could be linked to a drug addict's refusal to do rehab. No, because I actually think doing inpatient would be fun. I know a lot of people are going to be like,
What?
fun, that's really the adjective you're going to use for that. The only reason why I choose not to do inpatient is because it is extremely expensive and I have a job. Not only do I have a job I have to do to keep the roof over my head.
First of all, you don't have a job. You don't have an actual job. And number two, I don't think inpatient is fun at all. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of it deals with a lot of pain, just physically, mentally. If you've gone through something like that, it's not fun at all. And the fact that you are saying that it's fun just makes you look like a complete moron. And saying that you have a job, moron.
Electricity running and food in my fur baby stomach, but I have fur babies that need to be
Why
taken
does she
care
keep
of.
saying, you know what? I've noticed that in the past few videos, she keeps saying that. She has to keep feeding her fur babies. Why is that a thing? There's something suspect about that. Why she keeps saying that. Is she not feeding the animals? I don't know. It's kind of weird to me.
I's could be dot and the T's could be crossed. Like my mom could probably watch my fur babies, but like it's the job thing for me. If I was to be able to go into inpatient and be able to vlog my whole experience and upload, still make an income so I could still pay my bills, then I would do it. Why is it okay for you to make assumptions about ZM's mental health, but when your audience does it, it's mental health shaming? So I've never really made an assumption about his mental health. Months and months ago when I said, whoa, what a quinky dink, Zachary Michael's mental health gets bad when I take a break from YouTube. I think that was my way of just being like, okay, if you condition...
You don't know what's going on in his personal life and why he has to take a break. It doesn't have anything to do with you. And good for him for knowing himself that good, where he knows when he needs to take a step back. So good for him.
I expect you're going to be able to take it. There have been times where he has mocked me about my mental health or a heartbreak, a relationship, just some way that I was feeling.
Because you're a liar. That's why. And it's been proven time and time again. I don't think he was mocking you in any kind of way. He's calling you out.
I have felt hurt. I'm allowed to feel that way. And in my brain, I was like, okay, he's been doing this for years. Now it's my turn. Have you traveled the world since breaking up with Beck? No, but I have traveled. I have went to Oklahoma. I've went to Wisconsin. I've went to Tennessee. I've went to Michigan. And I forgot to say, I've been to Illinois since then. Chicago, hello, a Billie Eilish concert. And I've done things that I wouldn't have. So based on your physical health and your track record for change, what do you estimate your life expectancy to be? And what will you do with that time? So this is kind of like gruesome, but based on how I feel and the things that I go through, probably somewhere in my 50s, and I feel like early 50s. I don't know why. Like that's when my grandma died. Actually, was when she was 51. But like the number 53 keeps popping in my head, and slightly 54. That's a very gruesome question.
That's not a gruesome question. That's reality, and that's really sad that you even know yourself that you're gonna die young. 50s is very young to die. Yeah, that's really sad.
What I do with that time, it depends. Like, am I trying to better myself, whether that be physically, emotionally, mentally, etc., which is where I'm at right now, or am I just going to just flop like a fish and not care about anything? I want to say it's this over here. So by doing this over here, that means I might see my 60s. I think regardless of which one I choose, I'll never see my 70s.
So the time that you have left, let's just say you're going to die in your 50s, 54, whatever, like you said. So with that time, you'd rather improve yourself than spend time with your family and create memories with them. Okay, gotcha.
Sad reality. How does it feel knowing you've been stuck in a time loop for the last decade? When your watchers have graduated college with masters, gotten married, etc. The world is evolving around you, yet you haven't changed a thing.
True.
So first of all, to those who have graduated college with masters, hell yeah, props to ya. But I do want to say everyone's timeline is completely different. Some people get married when they're 18, some people get married when they're freaking 62.
That's not what
you know,
they
more
said.
people than you think have very routine, boring, everyday lives. Like they get up, they shower, they have their breakfast, they head to work, they come home, they have dinner,
That's
they
not
relax.
a boring, that is not a boring life. I can't believe you're on here saying that, you know, getting up, taking a shower, having breakfast, going to work, coming home and things like that is a boring life. That's not a boring life. That's called having a life. You don't know anything about that because all you do is sit in your apartment.
That's that. Like a lot of people do have that life, and I think that we just need to be grateful to be alive regardless. Just because someone is married versus someone who isn't, that doesn't make one of them better than the other versus someone graduated with masters versus someone who
you
didn't.
Completely misunderstood the question. It's because you're 30. How old are you? 34, I guess. And you've been on YouTube for so many years, and you're literally the same person you've been the entire time on YouTube. There is absolutely no growth except for in your weight. That's it. But there's no growth spiritually. There's no growth educationally. There's no job growth. There's nothing. So that's what they're saying. Everybody else is improving their lives around you, but you're still in the same position. That's what that question is saying. But you fail to recognize it, I guess. You think it's about marriage.
It doesn't make one of them better than the other. I have my accomplishments. I have things in my
Like
life that make me
what?
extremely happy. But this is my life and my routine. I've been stuck in a time loop when it comes to my weight. I will admit that. But when it comes to like growing and bettering myself, I have not been stuck in a loop. 10 years ago, I could not have ever imagined
Please.
myself not only being single, but living by myself. That would
That's
have
not growth, living by yourself. That's just basically you don't have a trick ass mark at this moment. I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. That's the only reason you haven't been able to manipulate a new wipey into the scene yet. That's not growth. You've never really been by yourself. You could say you're by yourself all you want, but everybody knows that you are the predator on these websites looking for a female that has probably low self-esteem and somebody like that you can manipulate. That's who you are.
never happened. 10 years ago, I could not imagine myself making amazing money, using my own debit card, being able to not only take care of myself,
Using your
but
own
my fur babies,
what?
having a roof over my head. If I want it, I buy it. If I need it, I buy it. I never imagined
Get out of
having that
here.
type of
Then
life.
where's the Gucci? Where's the Chanel? Where's an automobile? Where's a house? If you have all this money, like you're trying to flex, what do you have? Some Walmart earrings, that's about it. Some ugly clothing from Torrid. Get out of here. You have
Yes,
nothing.
I suffered with BPD 10 years ago and I still do to this day, but 10 years ago, it was way worse. In that, I never imagined being able to be by myself and enjoying alone time because I was always so, oh my God, I need my partner and like, I can't be alone
I've
ever,
never
not
been
even
like
for
that.
5 minutes. And now I'm alone for days and days at a time and I'm okay. So you might see it as a loop.
I can't
don't.
even imagine being that person where you constantly need to be around people like that. Yeah, that would seem like hell to me, but she likes it.
You know your comment section is public, right? Why lie about getting so much support? We can all see what people are saying to you, Amber. So I get a lot of private support, which I completely understand because when someone supports me publicly, they get actually bashed and attacked, and it's really
That's
sad.
not
For some
true.
reason, the haters cannot accept that there are
That's
people
not
who
true
actually
because I've read the comments where people are supporting you, and if anything, the so-called haters go into the thread and kind of crack jokes at them. They're not mean to them at all. So stop it. Stop trying to make it something that it's not.
like me and enjoy my content, and they can't accept a different opinion than theirs. So I get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of DMs weekly of
Get
people
out of
who are
here.
very, very supportive because they can't do that.
From feeders, the supporting feeders, is that who you're getting it from? Come on. Shut up.
Publicly. So when I say thank you for the support, I genuinely mean it because the people who message me on Instagram are also watching my videos, and these videos are also for them. All right, so this is the last one. Bah ha 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 ha. You are literally deleting comments. I was reading one in the middle of it. Poof, it was gone and it's nowhere to be seen. So I didn't delete any comments on the community tab because I wanted to go.
She does delete comments. She's lying. Now, I understand that YouTube does, like if you use specific words or word phrasing, they will delete your comments, even if it's not even bad. Like the bot will pick it up and delete it, but she definitely deletes comments because I've been in there and read the comments, and then I go back in there again and they're deleted, and you could tell it's not the bot, it's her.
To it completely raw. YouTube actually has a section where they automatically do it themselves. If something is a little too hectic comment, for the lack of a better word, it goes into a completely different section and I have to approve the comment, but I never look at those, so you're never gonna see that comment again. All right, so the next section is the interview. I am so nervous. All right, let me get to my Instagram. I am beyond nervous. Okay. Take a deep breath. It's gonna be fine. All right, here we go.
If you didn't have the obstacles that you have in your life, I'm thinking specifically about your weight or maybe some of the trauma-related obstacles, what different twists
Get out of
and
here with
turns
that
do you think your life
question.
would have taken? Let's imagine you didn't do YouTube, and you didn't have childhood trauma, and you didn't have your weight.
Look, I'm so sick of this bitch using my trauma. Look, there's lots of people out here in the world that have trauma, horrible things that they've gone through as a child, horrible things that they've gone through as an adult. And they're able to function in society as productive human beings. Stop using your trauma as an excuse, as a crutch. It's bullshit. and it pisses people off that have actually put in the work to get through the trauma, to become the great individuals that they are today. So stop.
Where would you see yourself now?
Okay, so if I didn't have childhood trauma and I didn't have these weight issues, where do I see myself now? Honestly, probably like in
Please.
LA. I'm not gonna lie.
Get
I
out
don't
of
really know what
here.
I'd be doing for a job.
LA would take you and just spit you out. You would not be able to survive here. Get out of here.
Or anything like that. Like, I don't like to hype myself up too hard, but I feel like I would be an attractive person.
Get
if I
out
was
of here.
thin.
Oh my
I mean, I think I'm
goodness.
pretty now. I mean, sometimes I feel super ugly, but my mom, like, is gorgeous. She was super gorgeous when she was younger. And I know without all my extra, I would look very...
Look, I'm not going to talk about looks. I'm not going to say she's beautiful. I'm not going to say she's ugly. I'm not even going to say anything about her mom as well. But to come on here and say that sort of thing is one of the most narcissistic things I've heard her say as of yet. I mean, come on. So you think if you were skinnier that you would be able to survive here in Los Angeles? I don't think so. Maybe on the corner of Figueroa.
different, and I think I would really be successful in LA. I don't really know what I would be
Please.
doing, but I think I would be thriving. I have
No,
a
you
feeling I'd be
wouldn't.
thriving
Get outta here.
for sure. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, Amberlynn, why did you bring up like what you would look like?
First
It's
of all,
because
you wouldn't be thriving. You wouldn't be able to afford Los Angeles because you'd be on the corner working for someone.
sadly, society is shallow, and I feel like people who are more attractive, they get further in life, and they're
That's
treated
not
better,
true.
etc. Okay, let's do another.
Okay, so-
You know what? That is some BS. I would say depending on the industry that might be the case, where your looks play an important part in, you know, getting you to a certain point in a career. But there are lots of careers where you wouldn't say somebody is like the most beautiful individual, and you know, look at how far they've gotten. Look at the Amazon dude. He literally looks like Dr. Evil. Look at how far he's gotten. Come on, stop it. It's not all based on looks. Sometimes you have to have a good personality and wits about you to make it in this world. So stop it.
You know how there's the butterfly effect theory of how like one insignificant moment in your life could change the course of the rest of your life?
Yes.
Do you know, or can you pinpoint like what significant or insignificant moment or event happened in your life that if you could, you would go back and change and
Get outta here.
maybe speculate how it could have changed the course of the rest of your life?
So I do have one particular moment in my head, and I don't know what ways that it would have changed my life. Obviously, for the better, it would definitely be interesting to see. But like, I have gone through so many things, so many like isolated,
Lord
separate, traumatic
have
events,
mercy.
to where I was gonna come out effed up regardless. But the first thing that
That's enough. She's using all of this as an excuse. It's BS. Completely BS. And it's disgusting for, like I said, that people that have actually been through so much and are out here, you know, being productive. It's just a fucking crutch, and it's a cop out. It's bullshit. It makes me angry.
of which trigger warning SA. So I'm just gonna
Oh,
like
here we go.
say it. I have something
Sorry.
pop up right here, but I was
Angry.
when I was 7 by a cousin, and I feel like there's a lot of heaviness.
Okay, here we go with that story again. Look, like I said, I don't know if this story is true. My spider instinct is telling me that it's not true, and maybe she's twisting something of, you know, when kids are young and they play doctor, that sort of thing. I think she's twisting it into something that it's not, because she has a tendency to do that. Do I believe her? No, because she has a track record of lying. She's also blamed her daddy's friends for doing the same thing, as well as another young man, KC, for doing the same thing. There's like a list of people she's accused of SA without any evidence, without any proof, and it's disgusting. She's using that as an excuse.
With that
Sick.
topic, like I feel like that probably did do some damage to my brain
Please.
and just the way that I am, because I know a lot of people who experience SA, especially as a very, very young child, they end up with like a lot of issues. And I think about
That's not
6
true in
Life,
every
where
case.
I
Yes, there
relate
are
so
people that don't get an intervention or don't get the help when they're young. Yeah, sometimes it, you know, comes out later in their adulthood. They might seek treatment, they may not. But don't you come on here using that as an excuse for your behavior. You're sick.
to some of these people, because in the beginning of every episode it's the same way. You know, it's the shower scene showing, you know,
Oh,
how much
now
they
you're
eat at one
blaming
time,
that
which is
show?
definitely exaggerated, but that's
That's
a different
probably where
subject.
she got the story from. Yeah, I'll just go with that. I'll just say this happened to me so I could be like them. She's like Chantal and Degrassi. She copies 600-day life, 600-pound life. Chantal copies Degrassi.
For a different time, but they always talk about, you know, their past and probably what made them the way they are. And a lot of people go through SA as a kid and end up really, really large. So I know that, like, I've
Give
gone
me a
through
break.
so many things in my life, but I feel like that was one of the first memories that I have as a young girl that was like very, very traumatic for me. Hi, Alba. Thank you so much for
Little,
texting
I
my
don't
message.
believe
Just
her.
wanted to ask
I'm
you-
sorry. You know, I know I might be offending some people out there by saying I do not believe her at all. She is a liar. Liar. I wonder if the cousin knows that she's being accused of this. Is there a police record of this? Did your mom report it to the cops? I mean, come on. I don't believe her at all.
If you could talk to yourself 10 years ago, what would you say and what advice would you give? And also, if you could see yourself 10 years in the future, where would you like to be? And how do you see yourself? Again, thank you so much.
So 10 years ago, I was 34. So I, without a doubt, would tell myself, lose weight, girl. Like, you're going to get cancer in a few years, so you need to lose weight. You need to go to the gyno regularly, and you need to know the YouTube game. So let me sit down, write down a bunch of notes for you, and I'm going to teach you the YouTube game to where you can play the YouTube game. You can have fun with it, but you can also stop yourself from sharing certain things that you shouldn't share. And girl, you also have BPD, so go to therapy
here
now.
we go.
Like, there's just so many things that I would tell myself.
What is this?
So
Just excuses, just excuse after excuse for the behavior. And I mean, doing YouTube, there's really no game about it. It's either you come on here and you're truthful, and if somebody corrects you, if you say something, you say, you know, okay, thank you, I've been corrected, things like that. You don't come on here being an ass, not remembering all your lies and not copying to anything. That's what you do. That's why it's a game for you. Not everybody plays YouTube like a game.
see myself in 10 years from now. I will be 44. I hope that obviously, like, I weigh a lot less. I hope that, like, my health has improved, my mental health. I can't even imagine myself in the 40s. Holy, that is weird. I hope that I'm married. I know that sounds crazy because I said I don't ever want to be in a relationship
Nobody's gonna
again, but
marry
fuck
you.
it. A decade from now, I hope that I'm married. I hope that I'm happy. I was about to say,
I guarantee here's another thing. I might offend people with this comment. I honestly do not think that she is 100% lesbian. I think she has some bi tendencies, and if she ever gets married, it's probably going to be with a dude. Like I said, I think she trolls Tinder looking for women, maybe young women that are vulnerable, and that's what she sinks her claws into because she's a manipulator and a predator.
I hope that I still have wasabi and Twinkie, but oh, okay, my heart just broke. Moving on.
Fake.
Okay, so this is the last one.
Do you think you'll ever do ASMR again? I'm not gonna lie. your
Please,
whole,
who is this?
ASMR videos, especially the like candy bowl room thing one, has been a
That
guilty pleasure
voice
of mine
sounds
for, like, the past
familiar.
week. Sorry if this had to be weight related. That's just been living rent free in my brain.
Oh my god, I live for that.
Please don't do those ASMRs. I don't even like ASMR to begin with, but those were horrible. Please don't. Well, you know what? I take that back. I like ASMR if it's somebody reading or something like that because I listen to books at night. Something like that. But as far as like the noises and things like that, it's like nails on a chalkboard for me. I do not like it at all.
You know how many people actually tell me that they like my ASMR videos? Like, it genuinely shocks me. I actually don't think that I will ever make like a separate ASMR video again. I think a majority of people actually hate it, but a lot of people do like it, so I appreciate that. All right, now it is time for tea or tail. So rumor number one is you cannot be diagnosed with BPD by a psychologist, let alone one that doesn't specialize in BPD.
Yeah, you can.
That is a tail. That is a big tail.
Yes, you can, because they just have to be, I don't know if it's certification or they have to have some experience in that. I think it might be certified. I don't know. But they can. It depends. But I don't know if you can be diagnosed with BPD online, if that's what she did. I have no idea. I don't think you can receive a diagnosis online. If that would be even a legit diagnosis. I think that's what she did, though.
So you can be diagnosed with BPD by a psychiatrist, psychologist, and by social workers. And they do not have to specialize in BPD in the same way, like if you're diagnosed with depression or you're diagnosed with bipolar
I think they
disorder.
do.
Like, they don't have to be like a specialized, like
They have to have a specialty in that. It's you can't just go to any therapist and they've never dealt with a BPD patient and they can diagnose you. It doesn't work like that. Yes, they have to have experience in that field to actually diagnose you. Because how are they going to diagnose you if they don't know what they're looking for, Amberlynn? Make that make sense.
just for those things. All right, rumor number 2. Amberlynn lied about when she posted her ER pictures to Snapchat. That is also a tale that is not true. So in my reaction to Salty Crab, where I was talking about like so many people didn't believe I had cancer, so many people didn't believe that I was rushed to the ER and that I was gushing blood and blah blah
Honestly,
blah.
she did a crash out last night and deleted it. I saw it on Snowflake's channel. It was like a 5-minute video and she deleted it, where she showed, I guess it was some type of paperwork from the doctor, and the name in there is Amber Reid, so I don't even think her name is actually Amberlynn. She probably has multiple aliases. I don't know. She seems like that type of person where she has multiple aliases because she's leaving bills from state to state. I wouldn't be surprised if you did a background check on her, where she might have bills in multiple states. But that being said, I read the paper. You know what? I still kind of don't believe her. I don't even know if that's her paper, if she produced that. Like, she could have produced that on the computer. I have no idea. I think because has lied so much, that's why I have a problem believing her. If she did have cancer, like, my gut is telling me no, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. But at this point, I really don't care because she's just a liar.
I mentioned the times where I posted my blood pictures on Snapchat, and I also mentioned where I literally showed medical confirmation, like my medical paperwork, in a YouTube video, and I jumbled all that nonsense together in the reaction, and I saw a couple people
and not
like,
only that, reading the paper, let's just say if this is a legit paper, reading it, it's like says how I can't remember the medical jargon that was in the paperwork, but it kind of said something like they did the full hysterectomy, and then she was showing signs of like some type of inflammation, but then upon the return visit when she had the follow-up, they didn't see any signs of that. But she hasn't had any type of follow-ups after the fact, which is kind of concerning. You would think if somebody had cancer like that, that had actually grown into their uterus. Now, I know not necessarily you have to do like chemo treatment or something, for something like that, but to not be scared after that and not get follow-up treatment and things like that, which she should, have done, and she never did. So that's another thing that kind of makes me question the whole thing. Like, what person has cancer, has it removed, and then does absolutely at least a year of follow-ups throughout that year? That's why I don't believe her.
Amberlynn's lying. Like, she didn't even post like those pictures until like May, but then it was like actually June where like she showed the medical stuff. And yes, that is true. So in the Salty Crab reaction, I said during that time, and I also said in the impulsive state of mind that I was in. So I'm talking about 2 different incidences, which is the Snapchat photos, the medical paperwork YouTube, that happened within different months, but it was the same head frame. So what made me post the Snapchat photos was people were like, Amberlynn, that's not true. You were not rushed to the ER gushing blood. And I was like, oh, yes, I was. Here's proof. And then me posting medical paperwork.
No, you know what this is? It's the old scenario of the boy that cried wolf. That's what this is. She lies so much when something actually could have happened to her. If this cancer story is true, nobody believes her because she has lied so much. So that's the scenario we're dealing with right now. Nobody believes you.
Because people were like, Amberlynn, you were never diagnosed. That's not true. And then I was like, well, here's proof. So both of those instances was just me not being able to regulate my emotions, me not being able to like ignore the shit.
No,
so
you were the boy who cries wolf, trying to scream that there's a wolf, and everybody was sick of your shit and nobody believed you. That's who you are.
Impulse instinct, like it was gone. I had 0 impulse skills. Like I was just like, I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this. I couldn't regulate myself. But thankfully since then I have gotten better with that. Am I perfect? No. I think that's a reason why I've stopped like demeaning myself in
How
certain
have you
areas.
gotten better?
Like,
Excuse me. How did you get better? You were literally on here last night, drunk Lynn, crashing out, showing some type of documentation. So you're still the same person. Stop it.
Diagnosis. People were like, let me see proof that you have a kidney that's 6 millimeters big. And I'm like, no,
What?
like I have boundaries and I respect my boundaries. In the past, no, because I was bad at regulating, still am, but better. And that's just like another way of like showing that I have improved as a person.
She hasn't improved. Like I said, she just did this last night and then deleted it. I guess she remembered, that's why she deleted it, because she remembered she did this video and she's like, oh shit, I better take that down because it kind of contradicts what I'm saying. What a moron.
Because in the past, like crying hysterically while showing my medical records is crazy work. And like posting on Snapchat such gruesome photos is also crazy work. And that is something I would never do now. Rumor number 3, which is the last
just
rumor.
did.
Amberlynn uses a filter when live streaming from her laptop.
She does.
That is also a tale. I'm literally a boomer when it comes to anything like that. So the reason why it looks so different on my laptop versus on my phone is because the iPhone, I have the newest one, is literally crisp
flex.
clear, as you guys.
You use a filter just like Chantal uses a filter. Stop it. You use a smoothing filter. I don't think Amberlynn uses a thinning filter as much as Foodie Beauty, Chantal, but she definitely uses the smoothing filter. 100%.
Can see, but my laptop literally sucks, as you guys can also see, because the internet's always shutting down and I'm always having to restart. You can literally tell that the webcam is super blurry, so it has nothing to do with the
That is a filter. Do you see her face? And iPhones have pretty good cameras. I won't say they're as good as a Samsung camera, but they have pretty good cameras where you can, see lines in the face and things like that. That is a filter. Come on. People, like, I understand people use filters. I don't care. It's cool. It's whatever. But don't use the filter and then try to manipulate people into believing that that's what you actually look like. Nobody actually looks like that. People have pores, people have scars, people have lines, people have hairs, people have imperfections. That's what makes everyone unique. But if you come on here with this smooth face looking like a weirdo, yeah, people are going to call you out on your filters. It's dumb. Stop it.
I wouldn't even know how to put that on there.
Please.
Literally, when I go live, I click on YouTube.
Chantal
I click go
excuse.
live, and that is literally the end of it. All right, now we're about to do bad choices.
I like how her and Chantal used the same excuse. I wouldn't even know how to put the filter on there. Girl, please. Yes, you do. You do all those stupid TikTok and Instagram filters, and you're telling me that you don't know how to do this on YouTube? Shut up.
So by the time that this whole series is done, maybe I will have answered every single one of these questions. I'm just going to randomly choose 5 and let's get into it. Have you ever told a friend they were being cheated on? I'm having to think. I don't think I've ever had to do that, no. But my memory does suck because last night in my live stream, I couldn't even remember the fucking high school that I graduated from. It was crazy. All right, next one.
Because you never graduated. That's why. Come on. You never graduated from high school. Somebody's going to pull up the tape of that.
In the past 30 days, have you sent or received a sext message? So in the last 30 days, no.
I don't send them, but my husband likes to send them to me. LOL.
Number 3. So this is like an all play question. So obviously, it's just me. So I'm gonna ask it as if it's just me. Could you go a month without masturbating?
Oh my
The answer
God.
is probably no. I mean, if
Please, does anybody believe she can reach that bean? Or is she like Bart Simpson with a rag on a stick? I don't know.
someone was like, don't masturbate for a month, like, I bet you, like, okay, I won't. But like, why would I? Number 4, have you ever apologized after sex? I'm sure I have. I don't know what for.
What?
Probably something. Right.
Apologized after sex. What? I don't think I've ever done that. I've never done that in my life. The fact that she said she has, wow. I wonder what she apologized for. Left behind fecal matter, probably, that the rag didn't get? I have no idea.
Number 5, have you ever had a sexual partner who turned out to be gay? Well, I am gay, so that makes my partner gay. All right, so
No,
that
it
is the end
doesn't.
of the
That doesn't necessarily make the partner gay. Maybe they were just having some fun. Doesn't mean they're gay. Come on.
first episode of the series. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, there are so many more voice memos, so many more things we could talk about, but I don't want to make this video super long. There will be another community tab for you guys on Monday. If I missed your question, just repeat it. And as the time goes on,
Okay, so I'm going to end this right here. I mean, if she's going to do the series, I honestly don't think she's going to continue this for a long time, because she's that type of person that never finishes a goal. She never continues anything she sets out to do. And not only that, I think she is going to get tired of answering these questions because she's not going to remember all the lies she's telling in all of them. So that's that. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.